live from my capsule space, Unimas. I am Miss Nurul. I am a language teacher at the Faculty of Language and Communication. Welcome to Social Program 4. Yeah, it's Friday. And like I said earlier, we're live from Unimas, and today is a very special day. We are joined by people from three different three different institutions who are part of this program, but we are all over the city in Kuching because most of us are at work and also at home, some of our students. So this is the nice thing about going online, I guess. We can always find a way to get connected, and today is one of those instances. Today is a special edition of Social Program 4. It is called A Day as a Malaysian School Student, and we have picked such an excellent and amazing school to be featured in this Social Program 4. I will introduce them in a little bit, but I think you can see some of the new faces today on your Zoom, and they are from that school. Okay, the school that we are going to feature today is SMK Batu Lintang, or Batu Lintang National Secondary School in English. So this school is very popular in the city. It's right in the middle of the city in Kuching. And also in terms of this program, actually the group that came last year for the e-EduTour program 2020 had an opportunity to actually visit this school. Yeah, I was not there for the visit. Unfortunately, I had a class to teach that day, but from the pictures that they took and also the video that they created out of that event or program, it was such a lovely day, and we have some pictures from that event. Mr. Technician, are the pictures ready? Okay, in a bit we are going to take a look at some of the pictures. I believe there are students or participants from last year with us today. Yeah. Okay, so I hope you are looking at the same thing that I'm looking at. These are the pictures from last year. You can see, because yesterday we had the fashion show, right? So you can see that the school children in front, the school students are wearing those traditional costumes. They performed that day for our participants. Okay, so that's very special. And you can also see at the back, we have Dr. Soba and Prof. Okubo, I think, and the school staff and the principal. These are our participants from last year and their buddies. They're eating. I believe they were served local delicacies like mee Jawa. I think they're eating that. Yeah, from what I can see, they're all very smiley and happy. But probably it's quite spicy, but not that spicy, I hope. And they also had a chance to do some artwork, okay? So you can see that they're holding this on the right, on the right you can see that they're trying to make the shell of a local dish, yeah? So that is called ketupat, okay? So what happened is they will put the rice inside and they'll boil it and it becomes the ketupat that we eat, okay? So they had a chance to learn how to weave the ketupat shell. It's coconut leaf, yeah, the leaves from the coconut tree. And also on the left, one of the students tried the batik painting. Okay, so batik is a pattern that goes on our fabric. And from this fabric, we turn it into clothes and sarongs and many beautiful other clothing. And this is, you know who this is. Okay, she's actually here with me today. I'll introduce her, or I'll let her run the session after this. This is our Dr. Soba with the students. I think I can see Cake Lapis there, and you know Cake Lapis already, right, from social program 2, where Hazika just, kept on eating it in front of you. Okay, next. For some reason, they are standing or lining up in front of the vending machine. I believe it was a hot day, so they're just trying to get some cold drinks. Yeah. And also, this is another, this is the session where they learn how to weave shells. This is the principal, who is also here with us today. Okay, and you'll hear from him very soon. And you know who this is. This is Prof. Okubo, and I believe there will be other staff, yeah, getting souvenirs from the school. Professor Natsuaki and Yuki Sensei, yeah, okay. So thank you so much, SMK Batu Lintang, for hosting our delegates from last year, and also for once again, participating and letting us into your school again this year a bit virtually. All right, so like I promised, I have with me today Associate Professor Dr. Soba, the coordinator of the e-EduTour 2021. And Dr. Soba, okay, I'll let you to introduce the special guest for today.
Thank you so much, Ms. Nurul, for that introduction. Very elaborate introduction on SMK Batu Lintang truly reflects what the school is all about. I'm delighted to introduce to you today Batu Lintang Secondary School again for the second time in the EduTour program. We have today with us Mr. Bhatia Effendi, who is the principal of the school. Right, he can't be long with us because he has a meeting to go to at 2:30. So get your questions ready right after you view the video, and then you may want to ask the questions for Mr. Bhatia first, so that he can leave for his meeting, and then we can continue to interact with the team of teachers. From Batu Lintang, we have Mr. Azahari, we have Madam Ho, we also have Mr. Hasnol, who is the art, video, and the drone teacher, the key man behind the video, yeah, assisted by two students, Muhammad Danish, Erica, and together with these students, we have 5 more students who are joining us today to respond to your questions on what is it like to be a student in Malaysian school. Thank you so much. So stay tuned. Right.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Soba. All right. So before we move on and to watch that video, I want to check in if, like I mentioned earlier, I believe we have the participant from last year joining us. Are you online? EduTour 2020.
We also have Kazumi from EduTour 2021. Kazumi, Takumi, are you there, Takumi? Takumi, are you there?
Can we hear you,
Yes,
Takumi?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So you went to SMK Batu Lintang last? No.
Takumi.
Oh, okay. All right. Hi, Takumi. Where you
No,
from?
I did.
You did not.
Yes, I didn't.
Oh, so this is. Oh, hi. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thank you.
Okay. Do you have so Takumi, anything that you want to share about what you know about Sarawak already?
Sarawak. Well, I want to share the food.
Okay. What is the name of the food that that you know?
Yeah, last year I went to Sarawak and Dr. Soba, and that was like curry rice. Maybe Dr. Soba know about it.
Okay. What
Thank you so
happened that
much.
day? I want to hear
Yeah.
about this story.
He came with another participant, so we went for a short meal at the Malabar restaurant, and then the former buddies also took him around. So he had an enjoyable time, I think. We'll hear more from Takumi after the video show. Mr. B, are you there, Mr. B? Mr. B?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am. Thank you. Yes.
Mr. B, could you we are getting the video ready for screening in the meantime, because we don't want, I know you have to rush, maybe you want to say something while waiting for the video to go up.
Okay. Thank you, Prof. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Unimas for once again have managed to come up with this second consecutive year that we know. Of course, you've done it before, but thank you again for involving our school. It's a great honor for us. And on behalf of my school, of our school rather, our teachers and students, we'd like to thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. As you probably would know, the whole world is now going through this pandemic. And we are also worried about what's happening in the education sector and more so in how our students are coping. So today you will hear from our students. Even I have not talked to most of the students. We just see them online. And of course, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Erica and Danish for at such short notice managed to come up with this the activity. They did the script, they did the works, and managed to get Mr. Hasnul to help them with the photography. And also Madam Ho was also our actress there at one time. So thank you very much, Madam Ho, and thank you all our students, our 5 students and 7 students here who are who are able to participate. Yeah. So I wish you all the best, yeah, all the students, and of course I would like to congratulate all the students in Utsunomiya University, yeah, for coming to our school. And thank you, Unimas, and all the staff for putting this program together. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, we are ready to, thank you so much, Mr. B. We are ready to view your video. Let's have a look.
Kita akan melaksanakan perintah kawalan pergerakan bersyarat di semua bahagian-bahagian di negeri Sarawak kecuali Sibu.
Konnichiwa, watashi wa Danish desu. Today, Erica and I will be your tour guides for the virtual tour of SMK Batu Lintang. Before we move on to the tour, I will talk about the COVID-19 situation here in Malaysia. The COVID-19 started to get worse all the way back in December, and a few weeks passed, the cases continue to rise since then. However, the cases are starting to decrease, and this shows that the COVID-19 situation is under control.
Konnichiwa, watashi wa Erika desu. On the other hand, the COVID-19 situation in Kuching, Sarawak is not as bad as other states here in Malaysia. The Sarawak government managed to control the outbreak by closing all borders and reinforce a Conditional Movement Control Order, CMCO.
Danish, and today I'm at school early, and what you can see behind me is that everyone is checking the temperatures before entering class, and as well teachers are hand sanitizing their hands.
Mr. B, our principal. Let's have a word soon. Mr. B.
Oh, hi Erika, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Right now we're shooting for a virtual tour for Utsunomiya University. Please give your words.
Oh, hi, hello. Welcome to Utsunomiya University. Good morning, welcome to SMK Batu-Lintang. First of all, I'd like to thank Professor Soba for including us in this project. And thank you, Erika and Danish. And Mr. Hasnul is helping you, I see. Yeah. Well, good luck with the tour. I'll see you later. Okay, bye.
Hi everyone, so now I'm in front of the teacher's office. So in front here we have this table where teachers need to scan the barcode. So after scanning the barcode, teachers will have to fill in their own personal information in the Google form. So after that, teachers will have to scan their own temperature in the teacher's office.
This is the classroom where the students study. Right now, the principal is giving them some briefing on what they should do for Form 5 because soon they will have an important exam, and right now the principal is helping them. This is the classroom where the students study. Right now, teachers are giving out their exam papers for the last time, and because the next 2 weeks, most of the students will have to attend a very important exam, and now the teachers will start on with the revisions that they will have to receive.
Section A, you can just touch on the contact point, okay, and if you are an A+ student.
So this is our school during the pandemic. Because of the MCO, only the Form 5 students and Form 6 students are allowed to be at school. Currently, we are having our AdMaths online class.
The one at the bottom, you have this.
Hey, right now I'm in an online learning session and the current subject is biology. Meeting with my teacher, and that's how we students are learning.
This is our school cooperative shop where the students buy their essential needs and school supplies like exercise books, stationeries, and PJ clothes, and so on.
Hello everyone, welcome to our guidance and counseling unit. So this is the career guidance session by Cikgu Sabtuya.
This is the Form 6 Science Lab. Currently, the Form 6 students are attending chemistry class. Let's see them.
So everybody make sure when we have a polymer, this is polyester and polyamide, you must look at the linkation, the link that join these two monomer together. Like this one, if you have C double bond OO, meaning that it is an ester, right? So these two molecules are joined by ester functional group, right?
So welcome to this room. So let's go to find Mr. Sumati.
Hello, very good morning. Welcome to my art studio. In Bahasa Malaysia, we call it the Studio Seni Visual. That is a special for tingkatan 6. Okay, in my class, you can see there is two sides. The first one that is belongs to the we call it it's a pengkaryaan. It's is all regarding to the something like a drawing, and the other side is you can see that is for the design part, and then you can see all around my studio. It's all the sample of the student works. Basically, we have the painting, we have the drawing, and then we also have something like it's a project for student project. They will do drawing whatsoever.
This is our school's prayer room for Muslim students.
Welcome to the main meeting room of SMK Batu Lintang. So this meeting room is used for school official meetings or when guests from outside of school comes to visit. For example, the administrative unit is having a meeting right now. This is the speaker's corner where students can talk about anything they want to. And other students can sit here and enjoy what the speakers talk about. Before COVID happened, we will usually have assemblies here and teachers will be doing speeches on the stage behind me and students will be sitting on the floor here. But during this pandemic now, mass gathering is not encouraged, but if there is needed to be a gathering, we will have to be seated in this yellow box. Okay, so right now we're at the school canteen. So usually students and teachers will have their recess here. But during this pandemic, we can't really have a recess because it's hard to keep distance between students. So we usually order our own food from the class and we just take it from the canteen.
So this is the school library. This is the place where students and teachers would come by to grab a book. Usually for students and teachers, during their free time they will do their assignments here. And sometimes teachers would come by and usually book the library for lessons, but as of now, it's no longer possible for a huge number of students. Take a look at our school library.
We have reached the end of the tour. We would like to extend our utmost gratitude to all the participants of this program and to include our school, SMK Batu Lintang, as part of it.
Thank you very much to Professor Suba from Unimas and Tsunomiya Administrative for making this possible. Have a very good day.
I love SMK Batu Lintang. Thank you for watching. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Learning. I would love to talk more about the process of making this video and what's really happening at the school, but while we still have Mr. Batiar, or fondly known as Mr. B, among his students, maybe our Utsunomiya University students, if you have questions for the principal, Mr. Batiar, you can ask him now before he leaves for his next meeting. So we can take in questions now. Anything you can ask him, how he's dealing with his students while they're at home and not in front of him in school. I don't know, maybe you want to ask him what it's like as a school student in Malaysia, if you want to make comparisons. Yeah? Do we have our buddies also? Maybe questions from the buddies, of course, from our participants from Utsunomiya.
May I ask?
Hi.
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Mizuki.
I'm Mizuki. Nice to meet you. I have a question. In this situation, what do you think about the important thing for teacher? I want to be a teacher in the future, so I want to know
Okay, thank you, Mr. Key. Yes, as you have seen, the pandemic has given us an opportunity, to look at things in different perspectives. As well, and in the first instance, when very stressed about it, and a lot of things cannot happen. You cannot see your friends. You cannot go to school. You cannot do your work properly. But as the months and weeks went by, you see that a lot of people have done a lot of creative work. A lot of creative ideas has been going into a lot of things. So as a teacher, I think basically uh, our role is still to educate the students. Um, to me, with or without the COVID, we always have to look for different methods or different approaches of learning, whereby we have to find out how the student learn. And for me, it's not much as how much you teach. It's more of how much the student learns. So the teacher has always to look into ways to do research, to do analysis, to do observation, and see how best the student can learn. So in this time is during the with the COVID situation. And the next time it could be probably something else. We have this a lot of not just pandemic. We got a lot of challenges in the world. We have deforestation, we have climate changes, we have unstable economy, we have overpopulation. So this is all what we have to look into soon. Yeah, and plus we have rich and poor countries. So we have rich and poor schools. We have students who are able, some are not able in terms of their even physical capabilities, of course, financial or economical capabilities. So these are so many things that the teacher must look into, and not forgetting the different technologies that we have. So teachers have to look into technologies, look at situation, and see how best the student can learn. So I think that, briefly, how I see it. So a lot of challenges for the teacher, as long as you're able to take the challenges and be creative about it and make sure the students understand what they have to do. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mizuki, for that question. All
Thank
the best
you.
to you in your pursuit to become a teacher.
All the best.
And
Yeah. Good luck. I can see a great teacher already.
Thank you.
Exactly, I can see it
Great
too,
question.
Mr. V. And also, Mr. V, thank you for your excellent points that you're making about the problems that we're facing: deforestation, climate change, inequality. Because these things are, I believe, some of the stuff that they have looked into in the English lesson throughout the week, where they focus on the sustainable development goals. And the fact that you made that point, I think really resonate with them, because they've been discussing that all week long. Thank you
I'm
so
glad.
much.
I'm glad. Yes.
All right. Can we take in one more question for you, Mr. B? Is that
Sure.
okay? All right.
Yeah.
Another question from Yu from Utsunomiya.
May I?
Hi. Okay. Hi, Manae.
Hi,
Okay.
I'm nice to meet you. I have a question. I think when I was in junior high school, I probably can't speak to principal like Megan. It's so friendly. So I want to know what do you think it is important to communicate with student as teacher, principal as principal. I want to know.
Yes. Well, I think communication is a very important, should we say, tool or means of getting over our message. Yeah. First, of course, the first thing that we need to know is to listen to what the students are thinking, what the students feel that they want. And of course, another thing is, I guess, in the communication is to understand. Yeah. So if we do not understand a lot of things, then people are scared about a lot of things. Like you don't understand darkness and you're scared of the dark. You don't understand spirits, you're scared of spirits. You don't understand the world and you're scared of the world. So I guess another point for me is important in the communication is to get to understand the students. Sometimes we are so quick to make judgment based on stereotyping, based on generalization, that we fail to understand things, and hence our communication stops there. So that's why I think it's very important that teachers and students, or principals and teachers, or not just principals, anyone, make a point to understand each other and then to communicate effectively. Otherwise, whatever we want to bring across might not reach the destination, so it stops there, and people might make all kinds of assumption. So, and then different assumption would result in different judgment. So that makes life a bit complicated. So I think communication is very important. Yeah. Thank you, Manai. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Very good eye, Manai, for you to pick that up. And I have to say, Mr. B, that your leadership and your positive school culture is apparent throughout the video that we just witnessed, because it's amazing how much you were able to put up in such limited time, and also in this particular situation where basically it's hard for us to even find people to be in the same room together, and you made it happen following strict SOP procedures, and truly for students like Manai from Japan to kind of like pick that up is, I think, a true testament of your leadership and your school spirit.
Well, thank you, thank you. Well, I'm just there to look at things, but I think it's because our students and our teachers are very good. So I'm very lucky to have good students and good teachers. And also here I have my deputy, Mr. Azahari. Yeah, so he's also a very big assistant for me. So that's why I'm quite comfortable.
Yeah, of
Thank you,
course.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And we are thrilled to hear more from your staff and students in this session. But while we have you now, is actually we want to have you for as long as you can, Mr. V.
Okay,
So
all
I'm
right.
just following, going on with how you feel comfortable with the time now.
Yeah, yeah. I have to leave. I have to leave before 3. Yeah.
Before
So
3, okay. So we
yeah.
can take in a couple more questions, I guess.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Any question? Another question for the principal, from Mr. Bhatia? So we had a question about teachers and how the teachers prepare to teach in this situation. And we also, Manai asked about communication between a school leader, a principal, and students. Maybe you want to ask about, the school itself, what the school offer, if, other than school subjects, maybe student activities or their achievements in the past. Can we have, I heard somebody.
I
Hello.
have a question. My
Yes.
name is Yuto. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Yuto. Hi.
I'm a third grade student now, and what's the most important thing that I should do in this difficult time?
Do on what?
Your university studies, you told? You mean with your
study or do something? What should I do?
Where do you go from here?
Yeah, I think that's the question. Yeah. I think he
Because now
wants to.
you're in the third year. What is best for you to do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I guess, well, I'm not a professor, but I'm sure Professor Suba would be able to answer that better than I am. But I'm just a teacher. Well, you see, uh, I would think that, well, first of all, we are in the 21st century. Yeah. So in the 21st century, what we have to do is there are a few things that we could do in the 21st century. It's to have to know a few skills. If you have certain skills, then it's easier, or rather, you would have a wider choice of what you can do. And of course, I think that one of the most important things, not most, but one of the important things that one could have a skill is in collaboration. Because no matter how good you are, if you do not collaborate, with your friends, with your colleagues, with your family, with your companies, you cannot go far because the world is already flat. Yeah. So if you have the skills of communication and also to collaborate with others, then there'll be more option for open for you to what you can do. And of course, the next thing is creativity, because all the time we are going for jobs. You're looking for a job as an engineer, as a worker or a teacher, or so we look for jobs. So if you can create your own job, you can create your own opportunities. So if you can open that, then you'll be making more opportunities for your friends or your colleagues or people around the world. Yeah. So, and also remember that in the 21st century, we are a global citizen. So you need not look for a job which is just in Japan. With your collaboration, you could have jobs in different parts of the world. So that makes a lot of option open for you. So you can choose, you know, and during our time, like 40 years ago, we were taught that you have to be a good engineer, you have to be a good scientist or a lawyer or a banker, but nowadays you do not need all that. So with collaboration, with your creativity, and also with what you can think to improve the world, so there's a lot of option that you can think of, not just what we call it stereotype, traditional jobs. Yeah. What does it make sense?
Yeah,
Yes, a
it
lot of
does.
sense.
Yeah, a lot of sense, Mr. B. For your information, students, Mr. B has always been very modest. I have known him since 2006 or 7. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. B. Yeah, and he has not changed or aged in any way.
No.
Uh, and what I remember is every school that he goes to, the school becomes extra excellent. Yeah, I don't know what magic wand he's holding. I wish I could have the magic wand.
Prof. Prof. Suba is too kind.
Just now, Manaye asked, about communication. Last time, you cannot talk to your principal. Mr. B is a very different principal, I must say, from those days. You see more friendlier principals these days, but way back then itself, Mr. B has always been very friendly. And I have known students who went to school where he was the deputy principal at that time. And the students, when they talk about Mr. B, it just goes on for hours, I have to tell them I have to leave now for home. So they will just talk. They say they can talk anything and everything to Mr. B. Some of them even speak Italian to him. I don't know how many languages Mr. B knows. That's one thing. Yeah. So thank you very much, Mr. B, for all that memories that you have created in your students. And in relation to Yuto's question on what you should do as a student currently and looking at your future. As Mr. B mentioned, there are 4 very important skills in the 21st century. Okay, they are called the 4 C's of learning skill. One is creativity, as Mr. B mentioned, critical thinking, communication, collaboration. And I know in Japan, in your education system, you are trained to become creative and critical thinkers. Now, communication is something extremely important. Whether we like it or not, English is a global language. So being good in English will enhance your communication at global level. So you can communicate with us easily and the rest of the world in English, because it's a global language. It's an international language. And opportunities like this, you all should be very proud of yourself, because despite e-EduTour being online, you have decided to join the program.
Yeah.
So that shows that you have passion to take your learning experience beyond the classroom, beyond Japan.
Borders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that enhances opens up lots of networking for you. You can continue to communicate with your buddies and people from other parts of the world that you will get to know in the future, but you have already known a number of buddies from this program. Not only buddies, you've got to know Mr. B. You can Google him up, and then other teachers that you'll be meeting after this, and the students, plus Jonathan that you saw a couple of days. So all this opens up opportunities for you to collaborate. Yeah, so I just wanted to add that. I think it's a lot of addition on my side. Maybe you have any more questions for Mr. B? We still have Mr. B with us. It's not
15
3
minutes.
o'clock yet. Yeah, come on, please, go on. Comments, feedback, questions, anything.
Can I ask a question? I'm Kazuki.
Yes, please. Who are
you
we
may,
talking to?
You may have mentioned what is, as a teacher, what is your ideal attitude for students?
Again?
What is your ideal attitude of students?
Ideal attitude of a student.
Well, I guess that's simply, to me, a student is a learner. Yeah, of a student is a learner. Well, there is one of it. If a student is not able to learn, then he cannot be a student. He just be like, just staying there and waiting for the teachers or the lecturer to give them information. So to me, a student should be able to know his responsibilities as a learner, what is there to learn, to look for information, to be proactive. I guess that would be a positive attitude, because as you see now, when I'm still talking about the pandemic again, this way we change. All this while, conventionally, people always think that, hey, you have to go to school. The teacher will give you information, but the teacher has only so much information. But if the student has an attitude that, hey, I will look for this information, I will look for this knowledge, and I will see how I can use this knowledge to help myself and also to help others, then I think that would be a very healthy attitude. No? Just one of them. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. B, and Kazuki, for that question. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Right. To echo your message, Mr. B, I think as a teacher here in UNIMA, as a language teacher, and I'm sure Dr. Soba also agrees that yes, especially in this online learning situation, a self-directed student is very much an asset. There's so much that you can do or prepare as a teacher, but for them to take their own learning and be autonomous, self-autonomous, is going to just open up more learning and opportunities for themselves. So I totally agree. An ideal learner is a big concept and somehow subjective, but some of the things I think we can agree that are more apparent things that you can actually see the outcome of it So if you can direct your own learning, you will see, the product of your effort. This what I'm trying to say. So thank you, Kazuki, for that question. I hope that will be a good advice that you can follow through. And the fact that you're here with us today shows us that you are that kind of student. So yeah, a huge applause to yourself and your friend. Okay, it's 2:50, 10 more minutes. I think we take the last question, and then before Mr. B leaves, we'll ask him to give us like a closing message. Okay, one last question.
For Mr.
May
B.
Yeah, please. Hi, Kotaro.
I'm Kotaro.
It's so bright. Is it sunny in Japan now?
Actually cloudy. My
Cloudy.
town.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, your question.
Okay. What do you think is the biggest strength of your school?
Okay. All right.
I want
Yes.
to know.
Okay, thank you, Kotaro. We have a lot of strength, in the school. I guess you can say this just one. I think that as we said just now, is collaboration, and teachers and students are willing to contribute. Yeah, so that is our strength. I mean, for example, to make the video, I just inform one or two persons. I didn't inform the whole school. I just informed one or two persons, and so many people came up to me to help. And of course, the constraint then was because parents were quite apprehensive about the situation, so they were not ready to trust their kids to go out because most of the places are under MCO. Yeah, so that was something there. But there's more than one teacher who's willing to help. So I think the big strength of our school is that our teachers and even parents are willing to contribute to understand what the school needs, and they will help us. That I think is a good strength for us. Some people will talk about money, but you can only do so much with funds. It's still the human factor that's more important.
Right.
So that's why I'm very blessed with that. Yeah, thank you.
Can I ask
you very
a
much.
question, Mr. B? Sorry.
Nice.
Thank you.
Oh, not a difficult one, please, Prof.
No, certainly not. Mr. B, how does it feel to manage a school with so few students? Your school is massive. What is the student population like in your school usually?
No, it's about 1,400.
And
But
now
1,389, yeah.
1,389, and then now you have about how many only?
Attending
now we only have about 211 students in the school, and
How
there
does
are only Form 6 students and Form 5 students. Yeah. Well, as of this week, last week we had another 248 students or 258 Form 5 students. So now they're getting less and less. Yeah. But it's so quiet in the school. It's weird. It's like a weekend. So especially the senior students, when they're Form 6, they're always in the class. They don't make that much noise, and I'm walking around and so, oh, there are students in the classroom. It's so, sometimes it's so scary. Hey, what am I doing here? But having said that, I'm very worried about the other 1,200 students who are at home.
Right.
That's the worrying bit, because we are not sure what's really happening. And there was no PT3 Form 3 exams. We have to let them into Form 4, and then they're learning online. And there's only so much assessment that you can do online. So that's a bit of a worry there. But anyway, I have faith in my students, because on Monday, the 17-year-olds, the final year for the Form 5, they'll be having their SPM, the lifetime exams. The O levels is going to start. It was postponed from last December. So now we have to have the exams by tomorrow. And of course, there are a few students who are in this lockdown area. They have to wait for the lockdown to end till like 3rd of March before they can proceed with the exams. So it's a very scary to have so little students, but at the back of your head you got 1,200 somewhere
Right.
there. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much, Kazuki, and also Mr. B. Kazuki for the question
Kotaro.
earlier. Kotaro, sorry.
Kotaro,
Kotaro,
yes, yes.
question earlier, and Mr. B for the comprehensive answer as
Mhm.
always. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. B, anything to add?
Well, it's I really have to go. I would have
Okay.
loved to stay, yeah, but I have to have
We
another 2 meetings
understand.
coming up. So I would like, on behalf of our school, thank UNIMAS, also Professor Soba and the team. And thank you to my deputy, Mr. Azhari, for that, and Madam Ho, and our students for keeping up now. And I wish all the best to Utsunomiya students. I'm very happy. I've been very honored to have met you online. Hopefully, someday we can meet. Yeah, if not in Sarawak, in Japan, maybe in another part of the world, since the world is flat. So all the best. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, arigatou gozaimasu. Yes, yes.
Thank you, Mr. B. Have a wonderful day and a
Thank
wonderful
you.
weekend.
Good luck. Enjoy your show now. All the best. Okay.
Thank you
And
so much, Mr. B.
kids, behave yourself now. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, that was Mr. Batiar, the principal of SMK Batu Lintang Kuching. Okay, thank you for your questions. And it was a very nice and very informative session with Mr. Batiar. But as he mentioned earlier, we also have his teachers and students with us online today. I think we can start with the deputy principal. Mr. Azahari, are you online with us? Are you here in the room, Mr. Azahari?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, are you in your office at school or? Hello?
He has to unmute.
Yeah, I still need. Can you unmute?
Maybe open to any questions from
Yeah.
students.
Okay.
Then we can ask anyone.
All right.
either from the teachers.
Okay. Okay, while we wait for Mr. Azhari,
Hello.
hi. Okay, we have him back on. Hi, Mr. Azhari. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi. Hello. Okay. Okay. I think you can hear me. But I wanted to ask.
Technical error.
Technical error. Yes, understood. This happens all the
It's
time.
happening because of the raining.
Yeah. For your information, and
Yeah,
it has been raining heavily since last night in Kuching. Yeah, so the weather is pretty bad. It is improving, but yeah, I think that was the situation. Okay.
Yes. I'm very sorry. You can ask our colleague there.
It's okay. If you have anything to comment at all, Mr. Azari, you can put it in the chat room and I'll have someone to read it for you. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I think we can just open the floor for everyone to interact. Okay. So we have I believe we have the teachers too, and also we have the students here. So you participants, maybe you have questions for the students that you saw in the video. I think the two that were heavily featured, the main actors, I must say, hi, Erica and Danish, right? Okay, so maybe you want to ask them questions about the process of making that video or their life as a Malaysian student. Yeah? Erica, are you here?
Yes.
Hello. Okay.
Hello, Erica. Thank you. I think somebody has a question.
Okay, I heard someone, yeah, maybe someone has a question for Erica or for Danish, who's with us today. Mr. Hasnul.
Yeah.
Hi.
The man behind the video.
You were the man operating the drone, right? That
Yes,
was
drone
you,
and
right?
camera and
That's
editing. And help for
impressive
editing.
work for one person. You did it all by yourself. And the fact that you had the footage of them from early morning before, I think right after, yes. So what was that about? What was the process about that for
Okay,
that shooting?
actually the call is from the Mr. B. Is one day before we start the shooting period. So on the night, I called immediately my student from my photography club. I asked to who want to join the virtual tour of our shooting for tomorrow. We start for tomorrow. So on that night, I wait for until I think 1 a.m. on the morning for student to respond, and luckily the first one is I get a 4 student actually, but 2 student is get something problem, cannot come to school. So I just focus on the Erica and Danish lah. So I let them to prepare the script. So I have them to guide the shooting or everything, and I give the footage from the drone, and then the whole day, almost until 1 or 2 o'clock on the day we shooting. We finish at the shooting, and then we bring back the footage, and then the next day I going to city, and then wait for the good weather to shoot the footage of the city lah. So that is special. We do special for Utsunomiya University for this year.
Yes.
Because we consider now is MCO and the COVID-19. So that is we cannot move. You cannot come to Malaysia. So that we want to give the best of the footage and the scenery of. And then today also I see some of the student here use the background for Kuching. Thank you for the lovely footage of the scenery of the sunset. That is the shooting. I think you get it from internet. Because I think I know who is the owner of the photo. Alright. And then me also today again just now I try to log on to Zoom because I let a little bit late because some of the problem of my internet just now. So I'm very sorry. So I just a little bit late. So also I changed my background also
Yes,
to
you can see that.
Japan.
Yeah.
Fuji, see my Fuji at the back there.
Yes, very beautiful. And the sakura.
Yeah, sakura. I love sakura and the Fuji. Alright,
Thank
that's
you
all
so
for. And then maybe my 2 students there, they have a lot of experience because I think this is still new experience for them. So just let them to story about the experience. Okay, thank you very much, and Professor Suba and all the students of Utsunomiya University.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hasnul, for that beautiful video. Questions for Mr. Hasnul, Madam Ho. We have the teachers and the students as well. So take this opportunity, ask whatever you want. Come on. Yeah. Takumi, you're there?
Maybe our
Yes, I'm
Malaysian.
here.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
Takumi. Okay.
Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, you want to ask something? You want to say something? What about your experience being a student? Do you think it's different from what the Batu Lintang school is?
Say again, please. What is I can't catch it clearly.
Did you see any difference or similarity between Japanese school and Malaysian school just now from the video?
Oh yeah, I could find. Yeah, I think there are lots of differences between Japan and Malaysian students, and especially for attitude for studying. I think maybe Malaysian student is more enthusiastic for studying. I think so.
Okay, thank you, Takumi.
I'm sorry.
How about others? No worries, no worries. Thank you for that comments, Takumi. Can we have other students? Even buddies can ask as well.
Yes, buddies. Or maybe Malaysian students, be it our buddies from Unimas or students from SMK Batu Lintang, you can ask the students in Usunomiya if you want to know about how they are doing schooling and university in Japan right now. So we can share whether things are similar or different and learn new things about each other. Do we have Danish? Since we couldn't speak to Erica yet, maybe we have Danish.
Yeah, I'm here.
Wow, look at is that your room?
Yeah, I'm in my room right now.
It matches your shirt. Is that your favorite color?
Yeah, it's my favorite color.
Oh, it looks very nice on the screen. Yeah, we have a big projector in the room. Hi, Danish. Which form are you in?
I'm in Form 5.
Form 5, meaning you will sit for the big exam Monday.
No.
Next,
I'm
no,
in
no.
the Form 5
Oh,
for
you're Form 5 this
2021.
year. Okay,
Yeah.
so just a few weeks into Form 5. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry for that confusion. I know the concept of time is really weird, now. It seems like the past year has been so long, but also so, brief all at once. Okay, so Danish, anything that you want to share, maybe behind the scenes stuff that we could not see in the video?
Okay, I can talk about my experience about the shooting that day.
Yeah.
So before the shooting, I received a message from Mr. Hasnol, and he wanted someone to help him for the shoot. So I volunteered the night before, and then I thought that we would do just a simple shooting with a script, but eventually we have to create our own script, and I was not ready, and I eventually had to stay up all night to create the script along with Erica.
It did not look or sound like that like you weren't prepared for it. You look very pro, sounded very professional.
No. I'm not very professional. I never hosted an event before, so it was my first time hosting for a shoot, and yeah, it was a very special experience for me, and I took the opportunity to learn how to talk, learn how to talk well in English for the upcoming oral exam for the SPM. Yeah.
All right, Danish, do you have questions for Sonimia University students, or maybe our participants have questions for Danish? You can interact with him now.
Should I call any random people?
Yeah.
You can try.
Or you can ask questions.
Yeah, and they can
them...
answer.
Oh, okay. So how is it like being a student in Japan?
Yeah.
I want to know how you what time do you guys start learning and until what time?
Yeah. So what is the life of a Japanese student like? Okay, what time do you go to school? What time do you leave school? How many years do you spend in secondary school? I think that's what you want to know. Or maybe you can talk about university too. It's up to you really. What do you want to share with him? Anybody wants to answer Danish's question? I think I want to know too. I'm very curious about how Japan, schooling is like. Anybody? So you want to know specifically about secondary school or any institution, Danish?
Any institution lah. Yeah. Or university also is also okay.
Okay. All right. So maybe you want to share with Danish how many years do you spend in university in Japan? Or how, like Danish himself, at the end of his year in Form 5, he will need to sit for what we call as SPM, the nationals, examination for fifth form student before they can move on to either pre-university or university. So I think we want to know how is it like in Japan? How do you enter university and how long do you stay in university before you graduate? Yeah.
May I answer?
Of course.
Yeah. Study time. In my case, when I was a high school student, I go to my school at 7 o'clock and study in the morning at school. Yeah. And the class start 8:30 to 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Yeah. Then I did club activity.
I see.
Yeah.
How many years did you have to attend high school for secondary school?
How many years?
In high school.
In high school, 3 years.
3 years. Okay.
Yeah, 3 years.
Because you had middle school also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In Malaysia, we only have primary school, 6 years. And then we go to secondary schools for 5 years.
Oh.
So Danish is in secondary school in his 5th year.
Different.
Okay. Different. Yeah. Same but different. Yeah. Danish, do you have any follow-up question for Mizuki?
Is this okay? Is this okay?
Very okay.
So what do you guys learn in Japan? Is it like similar to other countries?
I think Danish wants to know the subjects that you took in school.
Subject. Mathematics.
Okay.
And English and science. Maybe similar other country. But
what was your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is English.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not good at mathematics. Yeah.
We have our own talent, in different things. Danish, do you want to share with Mizuki what are the subjects that you are doing in Form 5?
Oh.
Yeah, sure. So in Form 5, we learn English, Malay language, which is
Yeah.
Bahasa Melayu. We have mathematics and additional mathematics. We have biology, chemistry, physics, history, and Islamic education.
So how many is that? How many subjects?
10 subjects.
10. Okay. So Danish is doing 10 subjects in 1 year. Do you remember how many subjects did you have to take in high school in 1 year?
One. 10? Oh, maybe 10 subject. Same?
Yeah, same amount.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mizuki.
Thank you.
That's very helpful. Yeah, I was also curious. I want to know how, you know, the things that you do in school. Thank you. Other
Denise.
questions?
Thank you.
Thank
How about the rest
Thank
uni
you.
students? This is your opportunity, golden opportunity to interact with Malaysian students and Malaysian teachers. Use this opportunity. Come on.
Okay. Tomo.
Yes, may I ask to Erica?
Yeah, Erica.
Yeah, I think Erica is still with us here. Erica, are you here?
Yeah. Yep.
Hello, I'm Tomohiro. I have a question. I have a question to you. In the video, the beginning of the video, you spoke Japanese.
Yes.
And of course, Dennis spoke Japanese very well, but your Japanese is like, I felt as if you are a Japanese. So do you study Japanese in schools or something?
No, I don't. But then I pick up some Japanese from
anime.
like, yeah. Yeah. So I really like anime, and I've watched it ever since I grew up, and so I picked up some phrases from anime. So I try to improve my accent in that perspective. So yeah, thank you very much for the compliment.
Oh,
That's
thank you very much.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Tomo also has a very good English, and I believe that you listen to a lot of English songs and watch a lot of English shows too, right? Yeah. So that's excellent. That's one way to pick up new languages. Yeah. So for Erica, she picked up Japanese from anime, and for Tomo, you picked up English from songs. So that's really lovely. Anything else that you want to ask Erica, or you maybe want to test her Japanese? Sorry, Erica, for putting you in the spotlight.
Who told me though? Yeah.
Yes, no more? Any more questions?
May I?
Hi.
Hi, I'm Naoto.
Hi, Naoto.
I have a question about the history of school. History. Do you have something, a story about mystery of school? In Japan, we have some story like Miss Hanako in toilet.
Oh. Mysterious stories.
Yeah, horror story, mystery. Okay. Let's hear the answers. I want to know too. So this is open to anybody from SMK Batu Lintang. Do you have any like mystery or spooky stories behind you know, in school?
Erica and Daniel and other students, have you all seen something or heard of something?
More like there have been rumors, like rumors that have been passed from class to class, and you know how students are, we like to talk about this kind of things. So it might be true, it might be not true. However, it is a paranormal stuff. So yeah, there's one story I like to share. From my friend, she said that at night we have security guards guarding our school. So one of them went to patrol around the school, and suddenly somewhere, I forgot, maybe the library, maybe he was patrolling there, and supposedly the lights are supposed to be shut off. However, there's a little dim light from inside. And then so he went and checked, and then from my friend, it said that he saw a girl with a long hair and with a white cloak or something. I don't even know if that's true, but it was kind of creepy.
It sounds creepy. Naoto, I'm very curious about this Miss Hanako story. So maybe you can give us a little bit of a summary of what is that about? Short.
Shadowing.
Yeah,
Shadowing.
introduction.
Shadowing.
Okay.
Yeah, who is Miss Hanako, Naoto?
None. She leaves the toilet of the school.
Okay. What does she do there? Wait for people and scare them off?
And we call her at the toilet, and she responds.
Why do you want to call her out for?
Girls' toilet or boys' toilet?
Any toilet.
In detail, but
she doesn't discriminate. Is she scary or funny? What is her character?
maybe scary.
Maybe scary. Oh, so you haven't met Miss Hanako?
No.
Lucky you. So only in school, yeah? So in university, there's no ghost. Different ghost.
Any ghost story?
Any ghost story from your university? No.
Thank you.
So Utsunomiya is okay. Okay, so we can go there one day, and we can go to the toilet peacefully.
Yes.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you, Naoto.
Yeah.
Okay, we can take in 2 more questions, I think. 2 or 3 more.
Maybe for the teachers, do you have any questions to ask the teachers about
how
how they teach, what they think about students? Yeah, come on. You students, use this opportunity to ask your questions.
May I?
Yeah.
I'm Kotaro. Yeah.
Yes.
In Japan, many students join club activities after class. How about Malaysian people?
Yeah, so I believe this is a question for any of the teachers here. So after school...
What is the question?
After school in Japan, they do craft activities. Club activities. So what do you have in your school, that are the same as that? After school activities.
Extracurricular activities, Mr.
Alright.
Yeah.
Cikgu Azari, nak jawab kah? Cikgu Azari?
Because the internet, his internet was a little bit...
Madam Ho?
Madam Ho,
yeah. Right, for Madam Ho, where are you? Okay,
Madam
try
Ho.
to answer it. Okay, I try to answer first. Okay, for here at SMK Batu Lintang, we have an extracurricular activity, and for the pandemic now, we do also online meeting. So when we face to face, at the school before the COVID came. So we separate with the club, unit, and sports. So that is we have a timetable for the start for the club, unit, and sports. For me, for my personal is I'm in charge for photography club. So here also got my photography members here, Megan, Erica, Dennis
Hi,
also.
Megan.
Uh, so we have a lot of planning for this year. Is more to home shooting and sharing when we going to do the meet online. So hopefully the pandemic is over, so we can back for the more fun activity for this year. Like before the COVID came to our world, so we go to outdoor shooting. We teach student. We want to teach student now how to create the video actually. So that is hopefully the pandemic is over, so we can start the practical outside. So that's it for me. Yeah. And then Cikgu Ho, do you have
Yeah,
something?
Madam Ho, you
Madam Ho?
want to
Yes.
add to that? Thank you very much, Cikgu Hasno. Can
Yes.
Madam Ho?
Thank you, Katoro, for the question. So I'm a teacher in charge for Red Crescent Society in my school. I took over the role from Wan Teng, who retired 3 years ago. Yeah, so I'm very happy because, like what Mr. Bhatia mentioned, we have our students in Batu Lintang, they are quite self-directed and progressive. Yeah. So what we did last year in November, we actually decided to come up with our own EXCO members instead of waiting until January when school reopens. Only then we said, okay, who is the president, who is the secretary? So Red Crescent, we did it like 2 months earlier. We have an internal selection. Now the Form 4 and Form 5s, they will nominate their juniors who are excelling in curriculum, and then they have the voting. So in November, we actually invited our Red Crescent Stampin headquarters officers to come and join our appreciation night. And that is the night where the committee members who want to run for president, they will give a campaign speech. Yeah, so they will deliver, say, why should you vote for me? Yeah, what will I do? What is my vision for Red Crescent for the entire year? So then we have our members to do a voting online. So who will be the next president? So it went well. Yeah, and we also invited our friends from Kuching High School, our neighboring schools, and we also joined their virtual nights, virtually at night. So last month in January, we have our annual general meeting. So I was very pleased with and proud of my Red Crescent members because the leaders actually have all the posters ready, and then they already invited their friends, created the group chat, so invited the juniors and extend invitation for them to join the meeting. All the EXCO members, the committee members, they plan out the agenda. So we have a 1 hour of online meeting. So what do we do? Yeah, they set up with a lot of quizzes instead of just introducing their committee members creatively to the members. We have around 120 members in our Red Crescent Society. They also prepared slideshows. Yeah, I think it's very fantastic because teachers, we are just monitoring from the side, and then the students actually created their own PowerPoints about the history of Red Crescent, about our first ed. And then after the teaching session, the young teachers teaching, then they actually do Kahoots. Yeah, so students have fun. Yeah, so after the Kahoot session, we actually, our students, the leaders actually created a Padlet where our members can give their feedback on what are the things they like about the session today, what did they learn, and then suggestions, what would they like to learn for the coming sessions. So I'm as a teacher, we're very proud for our leaders who take the initiative to lead. Yeah, though there are some limitations, like we can't go all out to do marching. We can't, the marching and hands-on. But my students, they do what they can online and brief our younger juniors, and then preparing them for the mass exam. And yes, we have the official national-wide mass exam, where they will sit for their first ad. It will be conducted online also. Yeah. So
I
I think I
see.
will. Yeah.
Such a busy year, even though you have to do everything online.
It's meaningful. It's a joy
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, we really had fun. I think as a teacher. But I would like to. We have the vice president here with us, Benson Wong. So maybe I can ask from
Yeah,
the
of
student
course.
point of view.
Sure.
What is his point of view, Benson?
Yes, good afternoon, teacher. Teacher, can you repeat your question? Is it about our Red Crescent?
Yes, you can talk about your other clubs also, just in terms of core curriculum from a perspective of student. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So hello, good afternoon, everyone. To everyone here present tonight, especially to the Utsunomiya University students. Sorry if I actually pronounce it wrongly because I'm bad in pronunciation. And yes, so about our core curriculum activities, usually we do it in Saturday weekend in the morning, and it's actually if there wasn't any COVID, we'll usually go to school to attend it. But then due to COVID, we're actually restricted back at our homes, and then we have online meetings. So the community members would actually plan out the activities before the meeting comes, and then we actually think of the ideas of what we wanted to do, and then what we can bring to these our members, so that we can actually attract more students to join, so that they can know that actually joining these core curriculum activities isn't as boring as they thought. Because I heard from some of my friends, they actually think of these core curriculum activities as time wasting, and then it was pointless. So with these activities, we actually try to persuade them to join, so that so they can know what it feels to actually join a club, and then to put their effort in and to feel the success when they actually achieve something.
Okay.
Yes.
So Benson, you still meet on Saturday for your Red Crescent Society, but online.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that every week, every Saturday?
Not really, but then they have our excellent school management has actually come up with a very good schedule where we actually have all the time allocated for the whole year of 2021.
I see. Kotaro, can I go back to you?
Yeah.
If you could recall your high school years before COVID, of course, because it's in the past. How often do you meet for a club? Is it every day after school or alternate days?
My club held every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
How long was the meeting for?
My club practice morning and night, so very long time.
What club is that? If you want to share.
My club is baseball club.
Baseball. So you play baseball in the morning and after class, after school.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Do you still play it?
No.
No. Why not?
I won't.
Sorry. So you came early to school to practice, and then you attend classes, and then what time do you leave school? What time did you leave school?
9 o'clock.
9. Okay. And then until? 5 p.m. 4 p.m.
Start time. Should I? In morning we start 7 o'clock, and class start 8:30. So we practice about 1.5 hour. Yeah.
Yes.
And after school, we start 5 o'clock and finish 9 o'clock. So we practice 4 hours.
Very hardworking students. I think because in Malaysia, the weather is so hot. If we have to do that, by the end of the day, we won't be able to walk back home. We can even stand up because it's amazing. Okay. So thank you, Kotaro, for your question.
Thank you.
We can take one last question. So it can be anything to anyone. Yeah?
Yes. I have a
Hello.
question. I'm Misa.
Hi, Misa. Yes, your question, please.
Yes, I have question to students. And it's simple question. What is your dream for future?
Wow, what a question. What is your dream? You got me thinking too. Oh my God. Yes, any students from Batu Lintang wants to answer that question?
Can I answer?
Of course.
Okay, so actually I haven't actually thought of these things very seriously, but after this question, it actually touched me, and then I think that maybe I should really actually focus on what I wanted to do in the future, because maybe we need a vision to be more successful. So basically, I think I would like to become an engineer, because it is something like, I feel like since very young, I was actually very interested in these machines and everything, like from cars to all the machineries, and then I think it is very interesting. And then also looking at my father, who's an engineer, I feel like maybe becoming an engineer is actually, I can, I can actually be more, he's an inspiration to me, and I think that I would like to follow his footsteps to become an engineer in the future as well. Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
We wish you all the best.
Yes.
And Benson.
We have an excellent engineering faculty in Unimas, by the way, if you must know. Thank you so much, Misa, for that question. And I have to say to all of the students here, whether from SMK Batu Lintang or Unimas and also Utsunomiya University, my hats off to you, because when I was a student, everything was actually pretty predictable. Yeah, I know what I'm going to, experience, go to university, go to class, sit for exam. But you are dealing with so much uncertainties. Things are always changing and you have to adapt. You have to be extra creative to produce your learning. So I'm at constant amazement of, even with my own students, the things that they do to show that their learning is just amazing. So congratulations, and I think you will do wonders in the future because of this experience. It's hard, it's very challenging, but very unique. I'm very, very excited to see what this generation of students will be able to do to us, to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Soba?
Yes. I think those who come out, who are able to self-direct their learning, stay committed, stay passionate, stay focused, even during this pandemic, you're going to be a very unique group of people, because you're going to be much different and much stronger than the previous cohorts of students.
Yeah.
And probably in the future, if they don't face these kind of challenges. So those of you, please stay focused. Yeah, all of you stay focused and keep rocking.
Yes. Okay, we have been online for 1 hour and a half, and a little bit more. So my thank you to each and every one of you who are still with us today, and Mr. Batiar who has to leave earlier. Before we close the session, maybe what do we do? We will definitely be have to take a picture. That's what we do, in Malaysia, whether online or offline. Pictures or it never happened. But before we do that, maybe we want to hear your voices. I don't know if that's possible for us to say goodbye one by one, or what do we want to do now?
Thank you very much, Madam Ho.
Yeah, I can see everyone. Yes.
Yes.
Soba, just now there was a question about the dreams, right? Coincidence.
Yes.
Our students did a vision board. We actually had a collaboration with a university in Singapore just last week. So
Amazing.
Kendrick drew an interesting vision board. Can we just share and ask him to present? Just 1 or 2
Please,
minutes.
please, yes.
All right, Kendrick, get ready. Yeah, I will share your vision board to them, okay? Yeah.
Okay, vision board from SMK Batu Lintang. Wow, we should do this with our students too.
That gives me idea, gives us idea.
I know, right?
Yeah, for our classes.
Okay.
Hello everyone, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hi, hajimemashite. Boku no namae wa Kendrick. My name is Kendrick. I'm from the 4th year in SMK Batu Lintang. So this is currently my vision board. So they're in collaboration with a professor, Mr. John from Singapore. I think it's last 2 weeks. Okay, he asked us to draw a vision board, which is this one. The currently what you guys are seeing. This is my vision board. He asked us to draw six squares, and the first one, which is the top left corner, is our current situation, and the sixth square, which is the bottom right column, is our future, what we want to be, what we dream of in the future. So currently, in my situation, I'm kind of laid back first, because I'm taking my the big exam next year. So I'm currently getting my improving my pace now. But currently in online class, this is my situation. You can see right here. I'm enjoying myself in during our Google Meet session, so on, listening to teachers, studying, and currently my hobby is actually watching anime. I love anime. It created my childhood. It made my childhood. Right. So yeah. So and the second and third and fourth, fifth is he asked us to draw how we get to the sixth column. So my plan on the second is just next year, the year I'm sitting for the big exam, SPM, I'm going to just study hard, gambaro, with my snacks. You can see there's cans, snacks, music, good Wi-Fi. Yeah, for straight 3 months. Yes, and
amazing.
So yes, and thank you. And for the third box, when I'm around over at 18 years old, it's either I go for Form 6 or straight go to university if I'm lucky enough. That is my planning. And the fourth one, at the bottom left, you can see if I get enough money, I want to work when I'm adult. I want to gain experience from the outer world, and I want to have a decent laptop where I can do the stuff I love and so on, which is like listening to music, maybe create some videos, so on, with a decent laptop. And then with that equipment ready, okay, I can do stuff I want. Maybe I will go study overseas if I'm lucky. Okay, my career vision is around ICT or tech or engineer, around that. And I want to get as high degree as possible lah. So after that, the fifth one is after I get all my degrees, I finish studying, so on, I'll get back and work for my dad in his office, which is the small kind of house. It's actually my dad's office. Yeah, I will work for him, some money, and and hopefully get a job. And when I'm have enough money, so on, my footsteps stable, I wish to travel around the world. My first destination is Japan. I love Japan because Japan created anime. It created my childhood. Yes.
Oh, that's lovely. What a lovely sentiment, and what an inspiring vision board. When I was your age, I was like, okay, what do I do? Okay, go to university, and that's it. But I didn't plan like all the steps, even counting in the music that I want to listen to and the tools that I need. So, Kendrick, all the best to you. I hope one day you get to do what you want to do, and especially go to Japan. That's also on my list too. Thank you for sharing. So I think it's time for us to conclude this session. Thank you so much to SMK Batu Lintang for participating and not also attending this session, but also working so hard behind the scenes to share with us what it's like in school this year. I believe that is very useful and very informative for our students, participating students from Utsunomiya University. And of course, to our participants, thank you for your great questions. It is really entertaining for me, and also it taught me a lot about my own country, and also of course what it's like as a student in Japan. Dr. Soba, anything to add before we go?
Yeah, I learned a lot too. I always think that every day offers a great learning experience, and having Batu Lintang School principal, teachers, and students with us here today, and the questions from you. Your sharing, I learned about mysterious stories happening in your schools as well. Yeah, so thank you so much for that. Special thanks to Madam Ho, Cikgu Azahari, and
Cikgu
Mr. Asnol, yeah, and the students of Batu Lintang. Thank you so much. All the best to y'all. So let's take a photograph freestyle, yeah? Freestyle only.
Turn on your camera. Yes. Cikgu Hasnul mana? Where's your Mount Fuji? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, done.
I will share the photograph with your principal. You can get a copy from your principal. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Before we go, we have an Instagram page. So if you can follow our Instagram page, I think you guys can interact and network. So our program is called e-EduTour2021. Search that up, but I will also put a link later and share with all of you. Yeah. Okay. I believe Cikgu Azhari wants to say something. Dalam chat. It's so small. Okay, Cikgu Azhari said, good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry for my internet problem. It's okay, we understand. Nice to meet you all today. This partnership is very meaningful for us, especially our students. It can provide an opportunity to get to know each other and an opportunity to increase knowledge directly through this session. Thank you, Prof. Soba and the team from Faculty of Language and Communication, UNIMAS, and our principals for the efforts with Utsunomiya University, who has chosen us for this partnership program. We are very proud and hope it becomes a platform for us to work together for our students. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Azhari, for the very heartfelt message. All right, everyone, I think that's it for now. We'll see each other again online somehow, and even better in person when we can. Bye-bye. See you.